Hey traders, TG Watkins here. Today we're going to be talking about 3D printers and why I think that they are doing so well in this kind of economy that we have. And now that we have SpaceX out there with the IPO, space has been a really big theme in the market, and I've started putting the dots together. I think a lot of other people have too. That's why they're doing well. But why 3D printing is going to be a thing of the future, and why, especially since our world and our future is going to be kind of about space, outer space manufacturing out there, the moon, Mars, whatever, and why I think 3D printing is going to be successful for that. So yeah, a lot of people refer to it as 3D printing. It's also called additive manufacturing, and this is going to be also part of the space economy and the revolution that we are experiencing. All right, so to kind of begin with this, one thing that we did see all the way back to COVID is that it helps with the supply chain resilience. We don't have to worry about manufacturing things out in other countries where the labor is cheaper and all of that is easier to get as far as pricing, but then we have to get all that over here. With 3D printing, we can draw it up in CAD, computer-aided design. We can have the machines here. The machines they're expensive, but they are kind of less involved than some of the typical traditional CNC lathes and mills. Those are big machines that need a lot of metal in order to keep them very rigid. And so if you guys ever seen a 3D printer, I mean, it kind of looks like this on the page. They can be as simple as something like this. It's a box with a couple servos that could be controlled. Of course, they go from mild to wild as far as their complexity, but this really helps reduce inventory and transportation costs, because we can just make the stuff here. You can make it locally, and that kind of reduces our geopolitical risks. As far as space, this really helps. Every kilogram, every gram, every pound of weight that has to go up in space costs a lot of money. If we can 3D print it, it cuts the payload mass dramatically, because we can take those parts, we can actually manufacture them out there, whether it's 3D printing in space or 3D printing on the moon or anything else like that. Instead of carrying all of these spare parts that have to be manufactured traditionally on Earth, we can make them on the spot in space or on the moon or Mars. So in case you guys aren't familiar with what traditional machining is, if you guys look, I am a machinist. I actually went to school for machine tool technologies. I have a degree in manufacturing engineering, in welding, and machine tool. So I know how to run a mill and a lathe, and I actually worked for Raytheon for about a year down in Tucson when I was living there. So subtractive manufacturing, this is typical stuff. Basically, you have a block of material, and then you have to remove material away from it in order to get your final part, whether you're putting holes in it or you're machining it or shaping it. And there's a lot of waste, because you're taking a part and you're removing material of it, that all those chips is waste. And then you have to be able to access all those different parts and crevices and nooks and crannies in order to make the part. And that's a lot of thought that we have to do in order to come up with that. Whereas honestly, additive manufacturing in principle is very, very simple. You have a nozzle, or you have a laser, or you have a dust. I mean, there are multiple different ways of doing this. But basically, layer by layer, you print the part and you keep stacking it up. And whether that is additive by using the nozzle to weld or glue the part together, or if you use a fine layer of dust that goes across and then you laser weld it all together, or you do this inside of a gel with a laser also. Basically, it's layer by layer by layer that you are creating this part. And essentially, there's little to no waste. Sometimes you have to have support braces, but a lot less waste. And you can make just you're just crazy parts, infinitely complicated parts, because you're making this layer by layer by layer. It's really wild and fascinating too. So that's kind of the difference about it, and that's why it's going to be, it's the wave of the future and something we need for space, totally. The other thing that we can see about this is, rapid prototyping. That's really been where 3D printing came from to start. Back when I was in machining school and engineering school, that's really what they were doing. But now it's come such a long way. We figured out how to make these things much stronger, to where instead of just rapid prototyping and trying to figure out if something's going to work, we are now creating actual real tools and machinery that works, and we are making rocket engines that work. These things are strong, and we've really kind of started to figure this stuff out, and so they're really starting to take off. Cost and waste reduction. Additive manufacturing uses less material, builds versus subtracts, and it's ideal for low volume, high value parts, because then you don't have all that tooling costs. You don't have to create all the dies and the jigs and everything else like that. You just 3D print it. So also thinking about space, traditional machining is basically impossible. These machines are massive machines. Go look them up on Google or anything, and it requires a lot of raw stock. You got to have all the material in order to then machine it. And whereas 3D printing, basically you have a bag, you have a bag of powder that you then weld together, or you have rolls of plastic tubing or rolls of metal, and you can just turn it into whatever you want. So it's much more flexible when it comes to space printing or moon printing or anything else out there in the different environment, where we don't just have all this ground stock that you can just ship it in on a big diesel truck. Okay. So yeah, really kind of turns everything else on its head. And we're actually starting to see this. You can see that we've actually been doing 3D metal printing on board the ISS. And, I would imagine it's been working, but they're figuring out ways to 3D print in space. So it's happening. And as I said, it's lightweight, which reduces the fuel needs dramatically in order to get all of this stuff out of Earth's gravity and into orbit. So long term, we're thinking orbital factories. I mean, you think about what SpaceX is doing. There are other companies that are working on this, trying to create ways of manufacturing in space. And if we can do that, just think of the doors that open if we can manufacture in space. It is wild. So anything from moon bases to solar panel structures to life support systems. If we can just make it out there, that's awesome. And we don't, because the other thing is, if we make this stuff on Earth, depending on how big it is, we then have to fit that on a rocket and get it out there. Whereas if we can build out there, we just have a bag of powder, or we have rolls of metal that we weld together and create a large structure from a tube or a roll of metal. So it's just really wild to think about what could be happening in the future. And I think that's why the 3D printing stocks are starting to catch on again. They were looking pretty good a few years ago. They had to go through some hibernation, but now they're really starting to work out very, very well. And the other thing about these, that most of the printing companies have gone for, instead of printing or selling printers, they're just like, here's your machine. They now come with service contracts. So platform, service, business contracts, you get a higher valuation, growth predictability, because now you're on a subscription, basically. We know that there's going to be a continuation of cash flow with these things. So instead of just selling a one-time product, you're selling a long-term service with them. We can also see that there's been a secular shift, additive manufacturing plus the space economy tailwinds. Again, I think we're just seeing a lot of activity with the space industry. We've been seeing Rocket Lab, obviously SpaceX, RDW, ASTS. There are a lot of companies out there for kind of the space economy and how that has been working out for us. Also, it reduces CapEx for manufacturers and enables digital inventory, because think about that. In order to print, you just have to have a CAD file. You just have to plug it into your computer or your machine, and then it prints it. You don't need to have all the expensive mills and lathes and then all of the metal in different shapes and this and that and all that kind of stuff. You just have the bag, again, the bag of powder or the roll of metal. You have the information, the CAD, and you upload it. I mean, we could be designing parts here on Earth. We could upload it to the moon, and then you transfer it to the machine, and then you print it. I mean, how crazy is this? This really is revolutionary, and just opens up so many doors and possibilities as far as this space economy that we're kind of looking at and talking about in the future. So one of our main 3D printer stocks is now up over 100% in 40 days. And this is just a stock. Imagine if you were trading options on this kind of stuff. And I know some people have. There are many more out there that are working well. I'm really pretty well tapped into the space economy, and a lot of these tickers that are doing well, they're growth stocks. This is exactly where I like to play. I believe interest rates are not going to go up, which is going to be good for these kind of risk on type stocks. They're growth stocks. They are very sensitive to interest rates, and I don't think interest rates are going up. They're going to stay level or eventually come down, and I think that will be good also for the economy for these kind of trades. So come over to simplertrading.com/Moxie. You can come over. We're always doing a 30-day trial for $7. I also know we're a few weeks away from the 4th of July. We are always having a 4th of July special, so if you guys want to come check that out. But come in here, you can bide your time. You get 30 days for $7 until we get that 4th of July promotion. And then, come over here. You can do the QR code, or you can come over to simplertrading.com/Moxie. All right, guys. Thanks again. Hope that helped you. And looking forward to the future. It's going to be pretty wild out there. All right, guys. See you at the next one.